Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CDL Live. I'm here with my cousin, owner of the Los Angeles Blades, Puerto Rico Players, and their farm team, the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Bulls, Alex Johnson. What? The last cookie? Yes. I want the last. Okay. I got it. Anyways, we got a great game day. Quit looking at me with the glowing eyes, you homo son of a bitch. Got a game day on tap for you. The July 12th game day. So, a lot of entertainment about to happen, and we hope you enjoy. Let's get you right down the field. D-League's round 2 of the playoffs. It doesn't start till July 16th, so all pro games. Let's get started. Dallas and Milwaukee, our first game. The Mob and the Starz on CDL Live. Go for it.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the start of our July 11th game day. The first game coming up, two teams playing for pride in July. The Dallas Starz on the road to take on the Milwaukee Mob. It's our first game on CDL Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first game of the day, night, here on CDL Live, our July 11th game day. Starting off right. Dallas Starz on the road to take on the Milwaukee Mob. Let's go on ahead and get the lineups here. Custom Vet starts things off for Dallas, followed by Red Tap. McLaren at the captain spot, and that 5-point gainer will be Formulator. Now to the home side of the field. Milwaukee Mob come out with Black 308, followed by 80 Vet Ratify at the captain spot. And a 5-point gainer will be Black Spider. Black 308 and Custom Vet start things off here on CDL Live. And after 2 collisions, we are scoreless, but not after the third. We are tied 5-5. Custom Vet and Black 308 go down. 80 Vet now out there against Red Tail. Dallas and Milwaukee. And 10-5 as Red Tail goes down. Milwaukee has a 10-5 lead. And here comes McLaren for the Dallas Starz. He'll go down, and 15-5 will be the final. The Milwaukee Mob have the win over the Dallas Starz. That being said, coming up next, San Francisco Californians, Tampa Bay Gators. It's next on CDL Live. Stay tuned.
Alright, in our next game, the San Francisco Californians. Playing for pride in July, right now currently the worst record in the league. They'll take any win they can get. The Tampa Bay Gators will be on the home side of the field for this one. Desperately in the need of wins, still trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. Of course, they're way on the outside looking in right now. Any win would help them for sure. Californians, Gators, next on CDL Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CDL Live. Our next game coming up, the San Francisco Californians playing for pride here in July. They are on the road to take on the Tampa Bay Gators, a team hanging on to some slim playoff hopes. Let's see who can get the W today. Coming out first for San Francisco is going to be number 4, followed by Mach 5-2. At the captain spot will be Black 3, and at 5-point gainer, Silver Lamborghini. To the home side of the field, Tampa Bay starts things off with Pocket Blaster, followed by Battle. At the captain spot here is Enzo 3, and at 5-point gainer, Gold Gunner. So here we go. Game on. Pocket Blaster and number 4 out there to face each other down. No flip on the first collision, but San Francisco has a lead on the second collision. Pocket Blaster goes down and it's 5-0 Californians. Gators trying to fight back here. Battle out there against number 4, almost went down. And Battle goes down there. 10-0 Californians in the lead. Enzo 3 now up against 4. Game on the line for Tampa Bay. Interference call. What a huge upset this would be. San Francisco up 10-0 on Tampa Bay. Interference call there. Would have been game over. We'll go at it again. No interference call. That time the game is over. 15-5. The San Francisco Californians.
I said 15-0 Tampa Bay.
15-5 San Francisco. A huge upset over the Tampa Bay Gators. And they get their 6th win of the season, I believe it is. I think it is only 6. Yeah, their 6th win of the season. So big ups to San Francisco there to get that W. It's a rare one this season for them. Denver Mustangs and New York Empire coming up next. 2 teams playing for Pride in July. They go at it only on CDL Live. And it's coming up next.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next game on CDL Live here, the Denver Mustangs on the road take on the New York Empire. 2 teams, no chance of making the playoffs, playing solely for Pride here in July. Empire and Mustangs. Let's get you down the field for the start of the game.
Alright, it's time for our next game here on CDL Live. 2 teams playing for Pride in July here. It is a matchup between the Denver Mustangs and the New York Empire. Let's take a look at these lineups. 3:08 will start things off for the Denver Mustangs, followed by Mach 5 at the captain spot will be White Ferrari, and at 5-point gainer is Orange Amazon. To the home side of the field, Diesel Boy Jr. will start things off for the New York Empire, followed by Enzo 1. Spirit out at the captain spot, and at 5-point gainer is T-Coop for the New York Empire. So here we go. Empire Mustangs, game on. It's going to be 5-0 Mustangs in the lead as Diesel Boy Jr. goes down. Here comes Enzo 1. Make it 10-0 Denver. We're going to make it a quick game here, and Denver does. 3:08 goes 3-0, and 15-0 is the final. The Denver Mustangs laying waste to the New York Empire. Coming up next, another 2 teams playing for Pride in July. They're starting to build up now. But our next matchup, can't do it great. Anyhow, our next matchup, Idaho Cowboys, New Jersey Bandits. It's next on CDL Live. Stay tuned.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next game on CDL Live, the Idaho Cowboys on the road take on the New Jersey Bandits. 2 teams that are evenly matched, both in the fact of their records and both in the fact that they're not going to make the playoff in 2013 here. Cowboys and Bandits playing for Pride next on CDL Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CDL Live. What? CDL Live. Our next game on tap. The Idaho Cowboys on the road take on the New Jersey Bandits. Like I said, there's a lot of them right now because, with the playoff race heating up, teams are getting eliminated from the playoff race. These are 2 of those teams, the Idaho Cowboys, the New Jersey Bandits. Playing for Pride in July. Let's take a look at the lineups. Arachnarod starts things off for Idaho, followed by Blue Corvette. Red 07 at the captain spot, and Scorpion will take 5-point gainer for Idaho. To the home side of the field, the New Jersey Bandits start things off with Yellow Windy. Hey! Yellow Windy starts things off, followed by Cobra. Kid Custom at the captain spot, and a 5-point gainer is going to be Silver Angel. I've been at Walmart too long. I can't even talk right. God, dude. Poo-poo! Pee-pee. Whatever. Arachnarod and Yellow Windy go at it, and it's going to be 5-0 New Jersey in the lead as Yellow Windy takes down Arachnarod. And here comes Blue Vet, and he'll tie it up at 5. Cobra now up against Blue Corvette here, and it's going to be 10-5. Idaho in the lead now. As Kid Custom will come out. Interference call. He almost had this game tied at 10. We'll go at it again. Blue Corvette and Kid Custom going at it, and Kid Custom ties it up at 10. And here comes Red 07 for the Idaho Cowboys. Interference call there. They'll go back to their sides of the field. Go at it yet again, and this time no interference on the play. Kid Customs up, Red 07's down. 15-10 New Jersey. Scorpion trying to send this game into overtime. Can he do it? Yes, he can. Scorpion forces OT. And he'll now take on
Cowboys.
Idaho could do that. Could get a win here in overtime, but to do it, Scorpion's got to get a flip on Silver Angel. And what will happen here? Silver Angel trying to get New Jersey the one interference call. The Scorpion went bouncing right off of here. That is an interference. So they'll continue this game. Silver Angel has a second chance of life here. Interference called yet again. And they'll go at it another time here. And Silver Angel finally goes down. Dude, I don't know, man. I can't talk right today. I don't know what it is. But Silver Angel goes down. Scorpion gets a game-winning flip in OT. 20-15, the Idaho. God damn it. Today's not my day for speech. Let me try taking out my upload. Like 15 to 5. Oh, God, that's even worse. Just 20 to 15. 20 to 15, the final. The Idaho Cowboys have the win over the New Jersey Bandits. Coming up next, Dayton Rebels, New Mexico Monsters. Only on CDL Live. Do you have a young guy with dentures trying to talk right? Stay tuned.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next game coming up here on CDL Live. The New Mexico Monsters on the road to do battle with the Dayton Rebels. The Rebels still in the playoff hunt, much in need of wins and points to catch up. The New Mexico Monsters on the road side of the field, playing for pride in July. Looking to play the active spoiler here for the Rebels today. Let's find out what's going to happen. Monsters, Rebels, next on CDL Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CDL Live. Our next game coming up, the New Mexico Monsters on the road to take on the Dayton Rebels. Dayton still in the playoff hunt, just barely sitting in the 11th place seed right now. Of course, they are currently 11 points. You can cross out. They are 11 points behind the 8th seed Cleveland Wolves. New Mexico playing for pride, of course, so Dayton really in the need of wins. New Mexico, hey, they've done better than last year. Keep in mind, the Monsters only won 2 games last year. But they have a chance to win their, let me see. They got the chance to win their, well, they've done a lot better. They've got 13 wins going for 14 here. See you later, we'll start things off for them, followed by Patriot. At the captain spot will be Dragon, and at 5-point gainer will be Champion for the New Mexico Monsters. They really aren't big. They aren't. It's consistency. Just haven't been able to get it together. But Dayton's having the same problem. They got a decent squad. The heavy hitter, Yellow 68, will start things off for the Rebels, followed by Toad, heavily defensive, good player. Well, he's a defensive giant. Darkwing at the captain spot, and a 5-point gainer will be Red Jaguar. So here we go. Monsters, Rebels. And it's going to be 5-0 Dayton. See you later goes down, and here comes Patriot. Out there against Yellow 68. Both these cars going at it here. Got a good battle on our hands. Yellow 68 and Patriot duke it out here. Patriot being good defensively, even though he's getting slammed around. Huh? I think he was on Parker at the beginning of the year. But nonetheless, Tim Geiser made those trades. Interference called there. And
got a battle.
Yeah, we do have a battle on our hands. It's really Patriot, put up a good fight, but he goes down in the end. Patriot was really giving Yellow 68 the hard time. So score 10-0, and Yellow 68 looks to finish it, make it 15-0. It's not going to happen that way. Both Dragon and Yellow 68 go down, but the Dayton Rebels have the 15-5 win over the New Mexico Monsters. Coming up next, the San Antonio Canes will do battle with the Detroit Devils on CDL Live. Stay tuned, folks. So it'll be next.
Alright, in our next game on CDL Live, the San Antonio Kings, under 500, but they are in the Southern Division, a weaker division in the league, and they've still got a chance to win it, no less make the playoffs. So the Kings, huge game for them, but it's also huge for the Detroit Devils, who's in a position to where any loss could be the one that puts them out of the playoff race. Kings, Devils, next on CDL Live. Huge game for both teams involved.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CDL Live, a team whose playoff hopes, well, two teams whose playoff hopes that are really on the edge. The San Antonio Kings and the Detroit Devils, they go head-to-head here right now on CDL Live. Let's take a look at the lineups. To the road side, the visitor side of the field, San Antonio starts off with Acura, followed by Sweet 16. At the captain spot will be Motorblade Jr. And at 5-point gainer will be Rogue playing.
Where's the other Motorblade?
Actually, he doesn't play no more. Shaney broke him in his toddler years. And Tim was pissed because Motorblade Jr. was on his team. Or Motorblade, the original, yeah, was on his team. Anyway, Detroit comes up with Greg Carrera, followed by 24. Black Dragon at the captain spot, and at 5-point gainer for the Devils is going to be Sun.
Ready? Everybody loves the sound. Ready?
It is a good sound. It is a good sound. Greg Carrera and Acura here on CDL Live. And it's going to be 5-5 to start this game off between the Kings and the Devils. And look at this, 24 and Sweet 16 go at it, and it's going to be tied at 10. San Antonio and Detroit taking it to the limit. But Motorblade Jr. will go down there against Black Dragon. And it's 15-10 Detroit. Road plane trying to send this game in an overtime interference call. Almost had it. And this time he does have it. Road plane forces OT for the San Antonio Kings. Now out there against 5-point gainer from the Devils side, there's Sun. Up against Road plane. Interference call. Sun would have had that flip, not for interference. Almost had it again, but road plane showing you can fly on the, fly through the air as well as the ground. Yeah, he's in there. Interference. This game goes on here in OT. Road plane staying up somehow as he faces Sun. They'll switch sides here. Sun and Road plane in OT, and Sun finally has the flip on Road plane, 15-20. Or I should say 20-15.
It's the ADL, Air Demolition.
Yeah, really. Pretty much. Man, that would just be brutal. Yeah. Anyways, 20-15 in OT. Detroit Devils get the win over the San Antonio Kings in overtime. Coming up next, Seattle Lumberjacks, Miami Mafia on CDL Live. Stay tuned.
Alright, our next game on CDL Live, the Seattle Lumberjacks sitting 8 points out of a playoff spot, looking for a win here today against a team that's already out of the race in the Eastern Conference, the Miami Mafia. Mafia looking to play spoiler here. Seattle looking for a much-needed win. Who's going to have their win here today? Seattle Lumberjacks, Miami Mafia, next on CDL Live.
Tell you later. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CDL Live. We are set for another game here. The Seattle Lumberjacks on the road to take on the Miami Mafia. Seattle still in the playoff race out in the West, but every game is crucial for this team. They need the win today. Miami playing for pride in July, and wouldn't they love to be the spoiler of Seattle's parade here? Let's find out what happens. To the road side of the field, the visitors say the Seattle Lumberjacks start things out with Spencer, followed by 42nd. Buzz off at the captain's spot, and at 5-point gainer will be Desert G. To the home side of the field, the Miami Mafia come out with Uncle Sam, followed by Mach 6. Monkey at the captain's spot, and Retroactive at 5-point gainer. There we go. Uncle Sam and Spencer going at it. No flip. And continue things as there was an interference call on that last collision. On the original one. Interference call there would have been 5-0 Miami. Now for that interference, Uncle Sam and Spencer are having a pretty good fight here. So far, Uncle Sam on the defensive, interference call there. No flip, but now there is a flip. And it was a clean one. Spencer gets Seattle the 5-0 lead. Now comes Mach 6, and he'll tie it at 5. 42nd now out there. Through battle with Mach 6. Interference call there. We'll go ahead again. Another interference call. Mach 6 getting sent flying here in this game. But he is hanging on valiantly until that collision. Mach 6 goes down. And the score is now 10-5. Seattle. Monkey trying to tie it, and he does. Miami ties the game, so now it's Buzz-Off against Monkey here. Good matchup on paper. And no interference call that time. Just barely. Buzz-Off misses the interference, but he gets Seattle the 15-10 lead, and now facing Retroactive, trying to tie this game up, and no luck for him there. 15-10 the final. The Seattle Lumberjacks have the win over the Miami Mafia. Stick around. Coming up next, Nevada Thunder, Atlanta Avengers on CDL Live. Stay tuned.
Alright, our next game on CDL Live. Huge game for both teams involved. Is a loss for either one could be the one that puts them out of the playoff race. From the Western Conference, the Nevada Thunder. Like I said, a loss could put them out. Shame for the Atlanta Avengers, who are on home turf today. They look to avoid a loss that could put them out of the Eastern Conference playoff running. Let's find out who is going to be able to get that much-needed win. Thunder, Avengers, next on CDL Live.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CDL Live. Our next game is about to take place. The Nevada Thunder on the road to do battle with the Atlanta Avengers. Let's take a look at this lineup. For the Nevada Thunder, still loosely hanging on to a playoff spot in the West. They bring out 42, followed by White Indy at the captain spot. Is going to be Yellow Spider and 5-point gainer is White Lamborghini. So the home side of the field, the Atlanta Avengers, who are currently, as I look through the standings here, they're still in the playoff hunt, but just barely. They really need wins here. They start off with Red Silhouette, followed by Black Murcielago, followed by, at the captain spot, Clown, and 5-point gainer will be Yellow Cobra. Wow, I am really having a bad night here announcing. Shit. But let's get to this game. Red Silhouette up against 42, and it's going to be 5-0 Atlanta. Woo! Now, White Indy coming out there to do battle with Red Silhouette. These two collide now for a second time. It's going to be 10-0 Atlanta. Coming off a huge one against Puerto Rico. Looking to be 15-0. The Atlanta Avengers. Huge win over the Nevada Thunder. They dominate here today. And we got more action coming up.
We're in a 2-game win streak.
Actually, maybe 3. I don't know. I have to. They won today. Then they beat Puerto Rico. Then they beat Green Bay. So that's 3. I'm really looking. They got 3 in a row at least. Let me see. Where are they now? Where are they here? Okay, yeah, they're on a 3-game win streak. Anyways, Atlanta 15. Nevada nothing. Boston, St. Louis. It's the Twisters and the Vandals next on CDL Live. Stay tuned.
Alright, it's time for our next game here on CDL Live. The St. Louis Twisters currently sit in 6th place in the Western Conference, trying to catch up to Minnesota, who's sitting in the 5th seed right now. And of course, they're still in the division running out there in the Central Division. So every game a huge game for the St. Louis Twisters. And make no mistake, it's the same way for the Boston Vandals, who in the Eastern Conference are on the outside looking in. They're looking for a much win to try to keep those playoff hopes alive for as long as they can. See who can get the win here today. Twisters, Vandals, next on CDL Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CDL Live. It's time for our next game. The St. Louis Twisters on the road to take on the Boston Vandals. 15-5 St. Louis is your prediction? Alright, well, the Boston Vandals were in 13th before Atlanta got a win. And they're still in the playoff hunt, but they definitely need wins to move up into that 8th spot. The St. Louis Twisters, currently 6th place in the Western Conference, looking for a win to help them catch up to Minnesota and San Diego today. Let's see who can get the job done. For the Twisters, they'll be coming out with Mini Truck, followed by Silver Indy. At the captain spot is going to be Diablo 1, and at 5-point gainer will be Mustang 2. The home side of the field. Silver Swoop will start things out for Boston, followed by Purple Indy. Monkey Ball at the captain spot for the Vandals, and at 5-point gainer will be Red Medina. Here we go, two heavy hitters to start us off. Mini Truck and Silver Swoop. It's going to be 5-0 Boston. Now comes Silver Indy now for the St. Louis Twisters. Trying to tie this game up. Silver Swoop trying to give the Vandals a 10-0 lead, and it's going to be tied at 5. Now Silver Indy and Purple Indy going at it. They'll both go down. 10-10 the score. 10-10 the score, and now Monkey Ball out there against Diablo 1. Diablo 1 somehow staying up, and they'll both go down. We go into overtime. Mustang 2 out there for the St. Louis Twisters. Red Medina out there for the Boston Vandals here in OT. And we have a tie game, 15-15 the final between the Vandals and the Twisters. Even matchup between evenly matched cars, and we get a tie game. The most even a game can get. Nonetheless, we got more games coming up. Green Bay Dragons playing for pride up against the New Orleans Gladiators, who are currently 10th in the West. That's coming up next on CDL Live. Green Bay, New Orleans.
Our next game on CDL Live, the New Orleans Gladiators on the road to do battle with the Green Bay Dragons. The Dragons are already out of the playoff race in the Eastern Conference, so they're playing for pride here today. The New Orleans Gladiators, on the other hand, they are only 4 points out of a playoff spot, back in the 10th seed right now. Only 1 point behind 9th place San Jose. So huge game for the New Orleans Gladiators. Of course, the Green Bay Dragons looking to play spoiler today. Who's going to get that win? Gladiators, Dragons, next on CDL Live.
Alright, CDL fans, it's time for our next game here. The New Orleans Gladiators will be on the road to do battle with the Green Bay Dragons. Let's take a look at these lineups. Yellow Vet is out there to start things off for New Orleans, followed by T-Gray. At the captain spot will be Menace. And at 5-point gainer will be Legera. The home side of the field, the Green Bay Dragons come out with Blitzen, followed by Yellow FXX. At the captain spot will be the 1, and at 5-point gainer, Red Porsche. Here we go, Blitzen and Yellow Vet going to start things off. New Orleans Green Bay game on. It's going to be 5-0 Dragons in the lead. Right now, New Orleans definitely in the needs of wins. They've fallen out of the playoff spot that they once had. And look at this, they've tied the game up now. T-Gray gets the flip on Blitzen. And now here comes the Yellow FXX to battle with T-Gray. Interference on the first one there, but almost. T-Gray almost went down, but recovers to get the flip. 10-5, New Orleans in the lead. Now T-Gray and the 1, they switch sides cleanly. They'll go at it again. Both of them still up yet again. Interference called at the last second on T-Gray as he runs into Red Porsche over on that side. Just click, yep. So close. And now, no interference on that one. T-Gray is up, the 1 is down, and this game is over. 15-5 the final. The New Orleans Gladiators get a huge win, a much-needed win over the Green Bay Dragons. So the Gladiators get the big W they need. Coming up next, Nashville Nighthawks, Gowanda Outlaws on CDL Live. Stay tuned.
The three-time Crash Bowl champion Gowanda Outlaws. It's unusual to say it, but they had no chance of making the playoffs in 2013, but they have the chance to act as a spoiler against the Nashville Nighthawks. The Nighthawks, desperately in need of wins, 12th place in the Western Conference right now, looking to make up some ground with the win over, technically on paper, an easier opponent. Can they get the job done, or will the Outlaws get a win on home turf? Let's find out next on CDL Live. Nighthawks, Outlaws.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CDL Live. Our next game is ready to go here. The Nashville Nighthawks on the road. Before this game day started, they were sitting 12th in the conference with 63 points, only 9 points out of a playoff spot. In the need of wins, definitely in these last 8 game days. The Gowanda Outlaws on the home side of the field. They're playing for pride in July. No chance at playoffs at all for them. Looking for wins just to get them. Improve that record, that winning percentage. Well, let's find out who gets the win today. Nashville Nighthawks start off with Black Testarossa, followed by Orange Chevelle. Extinguish at the captain spot, and that 5-point gainer is going to be Chevrolet. To the home side of the field, Gowanda starts things off with Blue Camaro 2, followed by Triple Threat. At the captain spot is going to be Lamborghini, and at 5-point gainer will be Gold Mercedes. So here we go. Blue Camaro 2 and Black Testarossa. It's going to be 5-0 Gowanda in the lead. Out comes Orange Chevelle now, and he'll tie this game up at 5. So Outlaws now looking to get the lead back. Orange Chevelle looking to give Nashville their first lead of the game, but Triple Threat takes down Orange Chevelle. 10-5. Outlaws in the lead looking for the win. Almost had it there, no interference. They cleanly switch sides. And it's Extinguish up against Triple Threat, and Triple Threat gets the flip on Extinguish. This game is over. 15-5 the final. The Gowanda Outlaws, a huge upset victory over the Nashville Nighthawks. Getting the job done is Triple Threat. Triple Threat, for crying out loud, goes 2-0 today to get the Outlaws the win. Coming up next, Houston Oilers and Cleveland Wolves on CDL Live. Stay tuned.
Alright, our next game on CDL Live, the last one here in part 1 of this July 11th game day. The Houston Oilers on the road to do battle with the Cleveland Wolves. The Wolves, currently 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. They're in a playoff spot. And they got a pretty decent lead on the rest of the conference. They look to widen that lead today. The Houston Oilers, on the other end, they are in the Western Conference, and they are currently on the outside looking in. Both teams in need of what could be a huge win by end of season's time. Let's see who's going to get it. Houston Oilers, Cleveland Wolves, next on CDL Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our next game on CDL Live. The Houston Oilers on the road to take on the Cleveland Wolves. Let's take a look at these lineups here. Both of these teams in the playoff hunt. Houston right now, they are in the Western Conference, currently sitting 14th place, while they were before this game day started. They're looking to work their way up. Cleveland, currently the 8th seed in the East, trying to widen the gap on the rest of the Eastern Conference that's pounding on the door to get into the playoffs. But nonetheless, let's take a look at these lineups that each team brings to the table. For the Houston Oilers, Mod Quad will start things off, followed by Whitetail. Blue Dragon 2 at the captain spot, and at 5-point gainer will be Silver Spider. To the home side of the field here, the Cleveland Wolves come out with McD Green, followed by Aqua Ferrari. At the captain spot will be Stock 34, and at 5-point gainer will be Blue F50. So here we go. Cleveland-Houston, game on. And we are scoreless after the first collision. They switch sides cleanly. Mod Quad and McD Green going at it, and Mod Quad gets the flip on him. 5-0 Oilers in the lead of the Wolves. Make it 10-0 as Mod Quad stays up that time. Aqua Ferrari is down. 10-0 Houston. And the Wolves, they've been slumping lately. They're looking to avoid their third straight loss today. And they do for right now. Stock 34, staying alive, keeping the Wolves alive. Out comes Whitetail, and both Stock 34 and Whitetail will both go down. 15-10 Houston in the lead, one flip away from a much-needed win. Interference call. Blue at 50. Goes down, and this game is over. 15-10 the final. The Houston Oilers, a huge win over the Cleveland Wolves. And for the Wolves, it's a huge loss. But nonetheless, there's more games to come. Our next game, huge playoff implications in it. The Chicago Wind Attack taking on the Harper Homies. We'll explain when we come back on CDL Live. Stay tuned.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.